Hey mates, Blind Prime here, and wanted to have a nice little talk with you today. Last time we did one of these talks, I talked to you about trust, and I figured, why not do another one? And I've been thinking about it for the past week, and realized the great topic to really talk about this week are victories, and how victories can assist you in climbing out of the pit of depression that you may have found yourself in, or just any sort of sad moment that you're experiencing in your life at any given time. Thinking about victories can really help you accomplish the tasks that are before you, or the obstacles that have managed to find their ways into your path. So today we're really just gonna bring up some victories and talk about how you can utilize victories for yourself, and I'll discuss how I used victories for myself to help me climb out of the pit that I had found myself in after my traumatic surgery. So um, what what do I mean by victories? Victory can be anything at all. It can be from the smallest little you got out of bed to you made the bed to even you managed to get through the entire day without crying once. That can be a victory that you can put under your belt. You're like, oh yeah, I did it today. I didn't break down a single time, and that is an amazing victory to have, especially when you're in the pit. You've got to build them up, no matter how small it is. Every single one of them adds up to eventually create yourself a nice little staircase or a ladder or some sort of other activity to get you out of that pit. Everything can help. Every little victory. You fed the cats, victory. You went out that night, victory. You managed to go out and you spoke to a stranger for the first time in years, victory. You made a new friend, victory. You managed to actually eat three meals today, victory. You can do whatever you want with victories, and you can make them however you choose to make them. But please make a victory. You don't know how much they can help you until you start doing it for yourself. And every little thing that you do throughout the day, you can label those as small victories, and they can help you fight the mental fight that you're fighting. They can help you build up the confidence necessary to face some of those fears that you're trying to face down. They can help you build yourself up to the point where you can walk away from things and have the ability to do so, things that you never thought you could walk away from before. You can build yourself up by using small victories every day. And examples for me include, most recently, actually going out and getting back on the stage for the first time since I lost my eyesight due to that surgery. That was a victory. The fact that people enjoy my comedy and show up now to see me, victory. Uh, the fact that I can make an entire room laugh, victory. The fact that even though my joke fell flat, I managed to save it and get a few people to laugh, victory. Even even your failures can be victories if you look at them the right way. Oh, my joke failed. Nobody laughed. That's a victory because now I know what joke not to use next time, or I know how to or I will know to reword it and make it into something new. Victory. When I was writing this first draft, which I accomplished my first draft, that's a victory. I set it up so that I had different parts. I specifically made different posts for individual parts of this book, individual chapters, if you will. And so that way, as I completed my first draft, it was nothing but little victory after little victory. I went from, part 001 all the way to part 042. And every one of those individual parts that I added onto the first draft was in itself a small victory. And they helped me build the confidence needed to continue moving forwards. Because that's what you need to do. You need to continue moving forwards. You need to continue to grow. But you can't grow when you're too busy looking at the things that defeated you, when you're too busy paying attention to the moments that you were lowest. If you focus on those, yeah, you're going to feel bad. If you focus on other people's victories, you will feel bad because other people's victories and your victories will not be the same. Somebody down the street, they're only living life whenever they're climbing to a mountain peak. Okay, that's their victory. That doesn't mean it's yours. And don't feel bad if you can't do what they can do, because I'm pretty sure there's stuff that you can do that they can't do. And you need to focus on that. If you feel like envious of somebody's situation, remember that that's what they're good at. But remember also that you have your own things that you're good at. And those things have victories inside of them. So if you focus on those and you train yourself and you practice, then you can get more little victories added up, and they become big victories. For instance, I've been practicing Disturbed, the Sound of Silence, for the past few weeks because, since I quit smoking cigarettes, I've been practicing singing to stretch my lungs out. I realized, that's something I need to do for my own health. I need to get my lungs back to a better shape, which means I need to use them and stretch them, and I need to hack some of that old stuff out of them, So I do lung exercises, and I decided to practice Disturbs the Sound of Silence. And the other night, Friday night, I was at the bar that I go to, Flacco's, and I sang The Sound of Silence. Now, I've sung it a few times at karaoke's, but this was the first time I sang it at karaoke where nobody talked. Nobody moved. The bartender was still. I didn't hear anyone in the bar make a noise. They didn't make a noise until I finished singing. And then they cheered and they applauded, and that was a victory. And I was like, whoa, they actually enjoyed my singing. Either that or I was just I was so terrible that they had to sit in awe of how horrid I was at singing The Sound of Silence. But that's a defeat. That's a defeatist thought, and you can't have those when you're out and about and you're trying to build yourself up. Those are thoughts you need to say no to. You need to look at it the other way. I was so good, they were quiet. Not, I was so bad, they were shocked. Because that's not good. That's not a good way of thinking. That you are defeating yourself. And your greatest ally, your greatest cheerleader, the one person that you can trust in the world to have your back is yourself. And you need to give yourself those victories. You need to root yourself on in your head. You need to be like, remember when we did this cool thing? So, I don't know if any of this may help you or not, but I do know that doing the victory thing has helped me. I did the dishes, victory. I took the trash out, victory. I cleaned up the house, victory. They help me build myself up and raise my confidence levels. And maybe the victory method will help you with your confidence levels and help you, pull yourself from that pit, because, I have been there, and it really blows. And your worst enemy while you're in that pit is yourself. And getting yourself to be your biggest cheerleader can be the hardest thing in the world for you to do. But it's also one of the most rewarding things that you can ever do for yourself, is to turn your greatest enemy into your greatest ally. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've been Blind Prime, and this thing sleeping off to the side of the camera screen like always. It has been Cream the cat. Who's a good Cream? You're a good Cream. Yes, you are. Anyway, I'm going to be doing the UC tomorrow night, and I have officially finished the first draft of my novel. What a Victory. Until next Prime, bye-bye for now.